Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this.
The truth is, you've got to invest in yourself. Not temporary investment, not kind of investment, not partial investment. You have to totally invest in you. If it's something you want to do, you've got to believe in it. You've got to invest in it, not just financially. You got to invest in it physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and then financially. But you have got to invest in you, and that is the truth.
Hey, what's happening, people? How y'all doing? It's another episode of Messages in the Madness with yours truly, Vernon Longhorn Davis. Glad you're here. I'm ecstatic that you're here. Thank y'all for joining me tonight. Another Sunday night, man. And I hope you had an awesome, amazing, fantastic week, and that your week coming up is going to be fantastic as well. So I'm happy to be here. As you can see, I'm smiling. I'm just happy. I'm always happy to be here. So thank y'all for checking in, popping in. Be sure and like the message, love the message. I see y'all, and I'm not going to say nothing until y'all hit like or love and maybe even share the message. I greatly appreciate it. I even see some of my people over on LinkedIn checking in, which I appreciate that as well. So, Brother Mike, good to see you over there on LinkedIn. Let's look over here, my magic mirror, and see who I see. I say, hey, Mr. How you doing, Miss Nanette? Good to see you, Miss Nanette. I see Miss Coley. Hey, Miss Coley. Brother James, always glad. You know what? I wasn't sure if you was going to make it because right now the Chiefs is losing to Green Bay, and I knew you'd probably be watching the game. Baby sis, always happy Sunday to you too, baby sis. Glad to see you. Glad to see you. Like I said, guys, make sure you hit like or love. Let me know that you're here. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. I excuse me. I am doing 100% better. Some of y'all didn't know, but I was kind of under the weather. Wasn't telling nobody. But, I wasn't telling a lot of people. But, Longhorn was a little under the weather. But I'm doing much, much better. Feeling much better because guess what I did? This past week, I have been off. Didn't tell nobody. But Miss Nanette knew. She kind of, figured it out. But I was off work. I did nothing. Well, I did a little shopping. I did rake some leaves. I did put up a new solar panel on the house for the Ring camera. I wrote an article, but I didn't do anything substantial. I didn't do any day job stuff. I did nothing. I didn't write. Well, I did write. I wrote an article that I put on LinkedIn. But my point is, I shut down. Because I'm always telling people to take it easy and take care of themselves. And here I was not doing that. And somebody, that goes by baby sister says, I need to start listening to my own advice. And yeah, she was right. Let's see, baby. Coley says, glad you're feeling better. Oh, and glad you had a staycation. Yes, exactly what it was, a staycation. Baby sis says you looking a little light skinned. You bleaching, bro? No, I'm not bleaching, baby sis. I'm here. I shaved my head. I shaved it fresh just for y'all tonight. So glad you're feeling better. You and Miss Nanette is feeling better also. She was a little under the weather as well, so she's back to pushing me around. Actually, she bought me dinner this evening. Yes, she did. But she wouldn't take me to the place that served lobster. But, hey, I appreciated it. She told me, yeah, we're not doing that. I'm like, all right, fine. Hey, Miss Charlotte, good to see you as well. She said, baby sis said, yep, I did say practice what you preach. Yes, you're right. And Mr. Nanette has been on me, and a few other people have been on me about slowing down and calming down and that too. So yeah, been doing a little bit of that. Of course, go back to work Monday. Happy to do it because guess what? That's what they pay me to do. So I will be there. What else is going on? I'm still asking for prayers for a couple of family members that are in need of some prayer. So I greatly appreciate that, Miss Coley. I hope you're doing well after what your family has been through. So let's get to the message because I've talked 5 minutes and 45 seconds. The message today is the power of nothing. Yeah, nothing. Because that's what I did was nothing. And I'm like, you know what? I looked it up. Is there a power in doing nothing? Because see, y'all have to understand, I'm always doing something. Always. I'm always doing something. Brother James, I'd love for you to come cook for me. Maybe we'll work that out, okay? Because I know you're a great cook. But I'm always doing something. I'm either writing on a book or booking some comedy dates or working on my day job stuff, even when I'm not supposed to be working on my day job stuff. Yeah, I did do that too. I was supposed to be off Friday, but I said it. I was on three meetings Friday. That even though I was on PTO, I was there on those meetings because that's what my job. I'm just that guy. I don't like to come back from PTO and be behind the eight ball. I need to know what's going on. So yes, I did do that. But in my brain, I said I wasn't doing anything. I went to a comedy show. Matter of fact, I went to two comedy shows and I didn't perform. That was nice. So shout out to Noni. Got to go see her perform. And yeah, I probably saw the picture. I got to see my boy Kenny Howell and a few other comedy greats that this week but I wasn't working. And I was there, but I wasn't working. I wasn't on stage. I wasn't doing a number of things around the house. Um, I wasn't planning my next adventure. I wasn't trying to figure out anything. I did my level of shutting down. And I think that's important. Yeah, I did get up this morning. Brother Daryl, good to see you. Brother Daryl says, looking fresh, brother. That recharge is necessary. Glad you're feeling better. Thank you, sir. Yeah, the recharge is necessary. It is. Brother Roger, good to see you. Good to see you. Hope you and Jaden doing fine up there in Quincy. Coley says, thanks, LH. Had another loss to add to all of that, but God is in control. Yes, God is. I'm sorry for your loss again, Miss Coley. I am. I truly am. But sometimes we just got to stop. And they say, you ain't even got to smell the flowers. Sometimes you just got to stop. And I know they say the concept of doing nothing all day might seem unproductive or even lazy in our world today. It does. Because everybody thinks that you're supposed to be doing something all the time. I even went shopping. I did go fix a computer. Yeah, I did do that too. So, but it says that people think that we're supposed to constantly be busy, constantly have some kind of activity and productivity going on. However, there's a hidden power and a number of benefits in intentionally choosing to do nothing for a while, just to shut down and just life take care of itself. Because the thing about it is life is going to take care of itself. It's not going to stop moving just because you stop moving. Life is going to continue. And whatever it is that you are trying to do, that you need to do, is going to be there when you come back to it. But sometimes, just sometimes, we got to stop. I'm trying to resize something on my screen here. We got to stop. And they say, smell the flowers. I got allergies, so I'm not doing that. But we got to stop. And James says, go fishing to do nothing. Well, you see my background tonight. There's a pond 9-acre pond right here behind my house. A couple of times this week, I rode over there and just sat there and just watched the water and watched people fishing there on the water. I didn't get out and fish, but you're right. Sometimes you just got to go fishing, and sometimes we got to go fishing and don't put any bait on the hook, James, because you don't care. You just want to be there, shut down. But there is power in not always being busy, and benefits in intentionally choosing to do nothing for a little while. And tonight, that's what we're going to get into. We're going to get into those potential advantages to just doing nothing. The power of nothing. The power of doing nothing. Hey, Marion, good to see you. Glad you popped in this evening. Always glad to see y'all. And again, make sure you hit like or love when you come in, please. Share the message if you will. So the mental health bonuses or benefits from just doing nothing. Here's the big one, because we talked about it last week. But the big one is the stress reduction. Because our world is fast paced. Taking time to do nothing can significantly reduce stress in your life. It allows your mind to rest, recover, and reset. For the first time in I don't know how long, I actually got 8 hours of sleep this past week, every night. 8 hours. And I feel great. But our body needs that time to reset, recover, and reset. It does. Taking that time will help our creativity. It enhances our creativity. And a lot of y'all know I'm kind of a creative guy. I've got so many ideas popping off in my head. I don't even know what to do. Matter of fact, today I was rewriting my resume, and then I put that off on. I got to a point where I got frustrated with that, and then Longhorn is going to submit to get his own dry bar special. So I worked on that a little bit. But my creativity was just flowing today. But those periods of idleness are often what the mind needs to just wander. Leave it, and it leads to creativity, creative thoughts. And sometimes it helps you to solve problems. And then that being mindful or mindfulness and presence. Doing nothing can be a form of mindfulness, helping one to be more present and aware of their current moment. Yes, I stopped and lived in the moment. Instead of living next week, what I got to do then, I just stopped and I just stayed in the moment. And people, it felt good. It really did feel good. Now, doing nothing also has some physical health improvements to it too, because you get that chance to rest and recover. Just like the mind, the body needs time to rest. It does. Doing nothing can help in recuperating from physical exhaustion. And there are times when I don't know that I'm physically exhausted. There are times when you don't know that you're physically exhausted until you sit down to watch a TV program. And 5 minutes into it, you sound asleep. Setting up. Yeah, that move. Or you come in, put down your stuff, and you sit down to get a drink. And before you can even finish drinking what you're drinking, you got your head down on the table sleep. I've been there. And then I told y'all, I managed to get 8 hours of sleep 5 days in a row. Even this morning, I got up at 7 o'clock I got up at 6:30 for a show today because a buddy of mine was co-hosting on it, and I wanted to make sure I was there and supported him on it. But even then, I still got 8 hours. I did. So doing nothing did improve my sleep pattern. Stress reduction and mental relaxation can contribute to better sleep quality. And I did. And it felt good. Now, next week, I'm back in the saddle, and I'm ready to get back in the saddle. I'm ready to go back to work. Y'all know me. I love my job. I love what I do. So I got work next week, and then Saturday I'm picking up Jimmy Walker, JJ from Good Times, and I'm doing a show with him, and I'm gonna be ready because I took the time to do nothing. Doing nothing also increases your emotional well-being. Yeah, it do. Miss Marion says, say it again. I know that's right. But it does. Reflection and introspection. Doing nothing provides an opportunity for self-reflection. And that right there it helps you lead to deeper emotional understanding and growth. And that's just facts. As my boy Cutting T would say, I'm not quacking, I'm facking. It's true. Yeah. There's a joy in simplicity and enjoying the moment without the pressure of productivity. But that reflection and introspection, it provides you that opportunity for self-reflection and getting a better understanding, getting a grip on things is priceless. There's a social and relationship impact to doing nothing. Because I've said it time and time again, we actually need to spend some quality time with ourselves. Doing nothing allows for quality time with oneself, which is crucial, especially in the world where we constantly interacting with others. We may not be doing it in person, but we're doing it on our phones. We're doing it on video. We're doing it when we go to the grocery store. We're constantly interacting with people. And then it's the holiday season. So what are we doing? We're trying to be everything for everybody, for so many. But you got to take that woo-side time. You really do. So I'm sorry, I got to hit this right quick over here. And no, I'm not. Yeah, there's a thumbs up right there. Did you know doing nothing also improves your relationships? Yeah. I'm sorry if y'all hear the noise. My heater just kicked on above me. Being well rested and mentally relaxed can improve one's patience and empathy. And that positively impacts relationships. Yeah. Patience. And I know that the older I get, I think the less patient I become. I don't know. I think I'm a pretty patient person. I've been accused of being long suffering, is the phrase that I was called. I call it patience. In some things, I'm very, very patient. In some things, not so much. But that that's doing nothing. That's self-care. That's self-time helps because I'm well rested and mentally relaxed. So it helps. Then you got long-term life perspective. When you do, and I'm guilty of doing this. I was redefining success and productivity. It challenges the traditional notions of success and productivity, emphasizing quantity over quality. And for me, that was deep because no, I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not gonna get into that because I was supposed to delve too far into something else that I don't really need to be talking about right now. So the other part of that is life balance. It helps in achieving a more balanced lifestyle, recognizing the importance of rest and leisure. You do need to rest. You do need some leisure time. You need to have some fun in your life. You need to be able to do some things that don't require you to always be thinking about your next move, what it is you got to do next. How am I going to pay this bill? So on and so forth. You need some R&R, some rest and relaxation. You need to be able to turn your brain off. And I may be preaching to the choir here, but yeah, I was able to do that. And it felt amazing. And people that know me may not even believe that I did it, but it was a necessary. No, I'm not sick and dying or nothing like that. I just felt it in my spirit that, boy, you need to sit down and let your body heal and let your mind heal. Let your spirit heal. Yeah, I needed to calm the F down and just look and do nothing and just listen and take some notes and pay attention. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you a secret about that dynamite, Coley and Huggy. Jimmy Walker does not like that phrase anymore. You cannot pay him to say that on stage. True story. So next week when we do the show, I'll have pictures. I'll share them with y'all. Excuse me. Marion says, my mom used to say, I'm not doing anything today and absolutely nothing tomorrow. I know that's right. Well, I don't get that privilege too often. The power of doing nothing. There's challenges and considerations with that. Because, see, overdoing it while doing nothing can be beneficial, it's important to find a balance. Excessive idleness might lead to feelings of guilt, anxiety, or a decrease in life satisfaction. That phrase right there by itself is the reason why you do not hear me saying that I'm taking it easy. Because I can honestly look you in your face and say, I never want to be looked at as lazy. I don't want that. I don't never want anybody to say I'm lazy. Yeah, I'm muted for a second. I never want anybody to say I'm lazy, and I don't want to feel like I'm lazy because I take too much time. Yeah, Huggy said, I think I've heard that before. James said once a year to charge the batteries. Yeah, you got to recharge the batteries. Then the other reason why some people just won't do nothing is because of social judgment. There might be a societal pressure or judgment for not being productive in the traditional sense. There's a lot of truth to that. Because some people expect you to be busy 24/7. They expect you to be busy in your sleep. But that's a whole nother thing. But I have to give corporate America some props. And that prop that I will give them is that more often than not, corporate America is talking about work-life balance and how people should enjoy a work-life balance, because they're starting to recognize that people are getting burned up and burnt out. And guess what? Yeah, they're making more people, but it's really hard to find people that already know what to do. So you kind of want to keep them around for a while. So the key is to make doing nothing a deliberate choice rather than a default state. You want to make it intentional, because see, what will happen is when you've gone too far and you've done too much and you've worked too hard, your mind or your body, or your mind and body together, will say, hey, guess what, bro? You just lay down. Yeah, you just lay your ass down. And I'm going to keep you down for 2 or 3 days until it's time for you to move again. So here's a story I've not told you guys. After I got out the Army, I was busy. I was doing too much. I was going to college. I was working at Jiffy Lube. I was working full-time at Jiffy Lube, part-time at Jeans West. I was DJing at the nightclubs on the weekend. I was busy inside of this political party. I was the captain. I was the block captain for my precinct. I had a wife and a daughter. And I was constantly on the go. And I was being warned to slow down, settle down, calm down, and I didn't. And not to get all biblical on y'all, I heard the voice and I ignored it. And it wasn't my voice. It was God's voice. Long story short, I ended up getting hit by, I was being a good Samaritan. I was coming back from a political event. And in Topeka, Kansas, the road was down to 1 lane. And I swerved to miss this branch that was huge. And I'm like, man, somebody's going to have an accident. This is going to kill somebody. So I parked my car up on the ramp, walked back down the ramp about 150, 200 yards, pulled the branch off the highway, and I'm about 15 feet off the road, maybe 20. And this guy came through in an F-350 flatbed with his family in the cab, and he hit me and left me on the side of the road for dead. I didn't know my wife at the time was pregnant with my son. But he hit me and he left me on the side of the road for dead. He broke all the ribs in my back on the right-hand side, my pelvis in 8 places. I got a concussion. I lost 2 pints of blood out of my woo. And I was, like I said, I was in a coma for 3 days. And he left me there for dead. And if it wouldn't have been for this family that was out taking care of the yard and heard the noise and saw the accident, I wouldn't be here. They called the ambulance. They took pictures. They eventually mailed me the picture, but the guy hit me and kept going. And I remember when I woke up in the hospital, the first thing I asked for was my wife and daughter. Then the next thing I asked for was, I'll never forget his name, Reverend Cecil Washington. I needed him to come see me. And I then realized what had happened to me. I had been humbled. And God had told me to be still, and I did not be still. So he said, oh, you don't be still? I got you. Because he didn't kill me. He just needed me to be still. Now that happened the end of June. I remember watching the fireworks from my hotel, from the at Washburn, at Stormont Vale Hospital in Topeka. I watched the fireworks. You can see them above the trees at Washburn University. And I danced with my wife at the time. She had a birthday party at the little club that I DJ'd at. And I was on crutches because I only stayed on the walker for a week. And I told the doctor, I don't want to stay on this walker. I'm going to get on these crutches. And I got on these crutches and I danced with my wife for her birthday. Oh, I was in pain. Oh, I'm not going to lie. I was in pain. But I had to lay still. I had to be still. Doctor told me I would never walk again without the aid of a walking device. I would always have a cane. I was on a cane. I was on crutches for 2 months, and then I was on a cane, and I was supposed to be on crutches for 6 months. And I ended up being on a cane for a year. And I would buy nice canes. I had the brass duck head, and then I had an African cane. And I remember the last time I had a cane, I gave that cane to a man who had one of those ugly metal canes that they give you away at the hospital. And I gave him my African cane and said, I don't need this no more, brother. But yeah, I got laid down. And I had to accept it. I had to go through it. And I decided then that I would never have to, I prayed I'll never push myself to this point again. Well, I lied to myself because I ended up being humbled 3 more times in my life. And y'all have heard me talk about some of them. So that voice that says you need to be still, you need to stop, you need to slow down, listen to it. Because it knows more than you do. It does. So what in the entire box of chocolates is going on? People know I'm doing a show right now. So here we are. Over here, my messages say, oh my God, the exact way I feel about getting rest. Yeah, you got to get some rest, Roger. DC Fluffy said, don't forget being a father figure for your little teenage sister. You were holding it down. Baby sis, I did the best that I knew how to do. I pray that I did well. Hey, my cousin niece, as I call her, my niece, she said, wow, I never heard this story. No, I don't tell it often. I don't. DC Fluffy says, God wasn't ready for you yet. You have so much more to do and share. I pray that that's true. I pray that that's true. Yeah, Miss Marion. Oh my God, is right. So, in conclusion tonight, y'all, the act of doing nothing, especially in a deliberate and mindful way, can be a powerful tool for personal growth and well-being. It can be. It offers a reprise, that's the word I'll use, from the relentless pace of modern life. It allows for rejuvenation on so many levels because we do need it. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, we need that rest. However, like anything, it should be practiced in moderation and with intentions to reap the best of those benefits. Long story short, you got to want it. You got to actually really want to do it and do it. I mean, I know I jokingly say I'm lazy, and I am to a degree, but not anybody that knows me. Not anyone that knows me really would call me lazy, but I do have a lazy mindset at times. And I actually have to say something that my mother used to say to me. My mother would say to me, get your lazy ass up and get it done. And that's what I often tell myself when I don't want to do something. Get your lazy ass up and get something done. But guys, there is a power in doing nothing. And that power could actually change your life. So take care of yourselves. All right, y'all. Get ready to get the hell up out of here. Going to watch a movie. So as always, as they say, as I like to say, what we got going on over there? My dude Buzz say, I see you soon, Lazy Horn. Yes, you will. You and I got a show the 29th of December down in Holt Summit at a winery. Looking forward to seeing you, my friend. I am. Kanice says, LOL. And thank you again for your service, little lady. Roger says, God bless you, Vernon. God bless you too, Roger. Baby sis say, what you watch? We're going to watch that new Eddie Murphy movie. I'm not really a big Christmas movie guy, but it looked like it's going to be fun, and I'm a big fan of Eddie Murphy, so I'm going to check that out. All right, get ready to get up out of here. So, guys, I love you. God loves you. Take care of yourself. Love yourself. Respect yourself. Do nothing. Get some rest. Love them kids. Take care of them kids. Love yourself. This has been another episode of Messages in the Madness with yours truly, Vernon Longhorn Davis. God bless y'all. Y'all have a wonderful week. Until next Sunday, God bless. $2.